All right, yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Alpha Ying Delete, and welcome back to our. Let me restart that. Hold up. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Alpha Ying Delete, and welcome back to our agricultural challenge. We are going to see if we can use food to lead the way in my Stellaris game and see if we can win this thing. And so it's Wednesday, it's hump day. Welcome, guys. Let's get this game going here. Before we go any further, let's take a look at what happened in last stream. So here is the Galactic Farmers Market. Everything that's in this green border here is my empire, or is under my empire's control. And we just got this game started, and so we're about 14 years into the game. We got a couple of planets that are habitable nearby, but the pivotal point of this stream today is going to be figuring out who this other alien species is that is right next to us. And so Radio Wave, Anarch Plays, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Two days in a row for streaming. Yes, we're gonna be playing this all week until we get as far as we can in the game. And so right on for hanging out. Yo, got here at the start of the stream for once. Anarch, hello, welcome to the stream. Guys, let's go ahead and take a few moments here to look at what we got with our empire. And so we are starting with a fanatic authoritarian and materialist empire. For our civics, I went with catalytic processing to turn that food into alloys, and I decided to switch it up a little bit here and try functional architecture. This gives me an extra building slot. It also decreases the cost of building districts and buildings. And so yeah, more food tier. Yes, more food. We're trying to see if we can conquer the galaxy here with food. And so we started with the prosperous unification origin, and this starts me with 4 extra pops and a additional 2 districts. And so later on, I may reform the government. I saw in the last stream a couple of people were mentioning idyllic bloom. I believe that's what it is. But yeah, this is what we got so far. Our resources are looking pretty solid. My food actually is about to cross that 100 mark. A couple of things I want to look at as well is starting with our policy. Some of the main things I like to look at when we start our game, just to remember and refreshing myself, is our diplomatic stance. It's currently set to expansionist, and we're definitely going to keep it on that for now. I believe we kept our trade policy to wealth creation. And for society management, we started 2 different tradition trees. And so we got about two tradition points into adaptability. I really wanted this extra building slot in the early game, just experimenting, see what happens. I got all this extra space now on my planets, and we'll take a look at those in a moment. I have domination as my second tree that we jumped to, and I already have a tradition point in this tree. We went with Judgment Corps, which this one's okay, at least for where we're at right now in the game. But I want this workplace motivators next, and this is going to increase my worker pop resource output by 5%. Now, the reason this is important is because my species, they already have the very strong trait, and that increases their worker pop resource by 5%. And we have technology, exo-powered skeletons. That increases our worker output. And so if we go to our planet here, Barn, since we are playing with catalytic processing, I will have a lot of farmers, and we'll probably have a lot of catalytic technicians as well. But farmers are going to be a must, and any worker that falls into this worker category, they'll be able to produce more food. And so that's what we're kind of going for right now. Anything that can increase the strength or resource production of workers, I'll be looking for that, whether it be through Argarian Idol. There we go. My bad. Guys, correction there. Not idyllic bloom, Argarian Idol. What is idyllic bloom? Is that even anything, or did I just make that up? But yeah, here we got our pops. We got Planet Barn. This is our home world. That's a size 18. Now would probably be a good time to add some more farming jobs on here. since the only jobs available on this planet are clerks. And so I'm gonna go to our buildings here and districts. And I already have a lot of agricultural districts, but hey, I actually have a lot of food too. So maybe I'll go with a industrial district here. And then for my last building, we'll see what we got left, see how many jobs to housing we have left. But I think we're getting close to filling this planet up, and we may have to get some districts here, some extra districts. Idyllic Bloom is to make Gaia worlds and cannot be added or removed after the game start. Right on. So I wasn't making up a civic. It was just the wrong civic there. And so yeah, industrial district, there it is. For my second planet, this is farmers only. We have 7 housing, 4 jobs. Let's see what jobs are being worked. Okay, and so we have these colonists here. They're just hanging out. It says the settling of a new world is no easy undertaking, and so they're having a little bit more of a challenging time adjusting to our new planet, but we got to get these colonists to work. And so what I would like to do is, I'm over time, this job eventually just kind of goes away, but the workers here, I want them to all go to that farmer position. And so, yeah, over time, we'll wait for the colonists to go away. But in the meantime, though, besides that, we got 16 out of 20 ships. That's what I'm checking out next. I mean, that looks pretty solid. We can add about, I think we have enough alloys to build some more Corvettes. And this run, I may go into customizing my ships a little bit later on in the game. In my past couple of runs, I've been just kind of adding a mixture of different weapons and different armor types and things like that to my ships. But yo, let me know in the comments below if you guys got any kind of recommendations for how you build your ships, and if you design them. If you don't design them, let me know in the comments below. You had it in one of your plays? Oh yeah, that was my Plantoid playthrough a while back, the idyllic Bloom one. That was a lot of fun. All right, so we got 4 more Corvettes. That's going to max out my naval capacity. It's going to be a good idea to get that going too, because as we get ready to make first contact with other species here, I would like to at least have some sort of like fleet that we can say, hey, you know, don't think of attacking us. Because if you don't have a fleet, or if you don't have a strong enough fleet, other empires will try to bully you. And so guys, we got an abandoned gateway here. It says we have located what we believe could be an ancient subspace gateway near the Vazi system. So where is this located? Scoping around here. Let's check it out. Oh, it doesn't show me. Oh, here. Or not. But anyways, it appears to have been part of a galaxy-wide network of similar stations which, when operational, allowed for near instantaneous travel from one part of the galaxy to another. Now, at some point after its initial construction, its connection to the rest of the network was severed. It now offers only one valid destination, an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that our astronomers have designated the L cluster. Now, even more intriguing, the gateway was built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Good stuff. So this is an abandoned gateway. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L cluster will remain beyond our reach.
Sit log updated.
Intriguing. And so guys, we got the worker advisor voice. It's growing on me. I like it. Let me know what your favorite advisor voices are. And meanwhile, we will just keep waiting here until our pops grow on our planets and fill up these jobs here. Speaking of pops, let's see how long we got. 21 months until our next pop. And on top of that, we just found some dark matter. Let's see where this is located. Usually, yeah, it's in a black hole system. Wow.
System resources analyzed.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got our first contact here of the game. We are receiving transmission from the Tim Curry Space Exodus. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities between us have ceased for the moment. And so just a heads up, guys, we have a Discord channel, which I'll leave a link in the video below. But Here you can join our Discord and make your own empire and add it to my game. And so Argarian Idol and Anglers make for a good combo. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we just found Tim Curry's Space Exodus here. And here we are. Greetings, I've been chosen by Chairman Fern to represent the Tim Curry Space Exodus in all diplomatic dealings with your people. Now, we strive to unlock the full potential of technology, and you would do well not to interfere with our pursuit of knowledge. And I'm gonna try to play the friendly guy. And so let's see where they're located. Oh, they actually have claim of the L-Gate system. And so right away, since they are the first empire that we have made first contact with, see, this is why I like to have a solid fleet here before encountering one of these empires, because they are belligerent. And it says here that this empire will attempt to bully weaker empires into submission to their will. And so sending an envoy to improve relations will cost me influence per month. Okay. Okay, so I see that we got a little extra info there about influence and how your envoys, how much it costs to do things like increasing relations. But we're gonna go ahead and start that now, and I might hang off a bit. We'll just see what they think of us over time. But right now we have neutral relations. Their opinion is set to -20, and so easily repairable, but also just as easy to have that fumble, that relationship fumble. And so right now we have a few hostile entities in the middle of us, and I'm kind of curious here to let the Tim Curry Space Exodus Empire. Oh, they've closed their borders to me. All right, and so in the first video, or the first stream, we had the mass extinction event going on, and if you guys want to see what happened in that is in that video. But we're going to continue it here with the Noxus planet. And so we've been finding all of these different planets, trying to figure out what caused mass extinctions to happen on these worlds. And this one, yeah, is a Noxus planet. And so it says, allegedly, this planet's flora and fauna choked their own poison emissions, likely helped along by the release of reactive gases from beneath the planet's crust. Now, a special project has been issued to investigate the matter. And so yes, here we have another mass extinction event that has taken place on a planet. But we're not going to worry about that, because we're going to be building more star bases here. And now that I see that Tim Curry Space Exodus is in this location over here, this is the last hyperlane, unless they take these two here, but I'll see their fleets attacking it. But this is the last system that we'll be able to expand to for now, as close to them. And so I would like to cut them off. We're going to do that now. I'm also bringing in 5 influence, and so I didn't realize that. We have an encounter in Topsoil. And guys, we're going to look at my borders here for a quick second so I can catch you up with what's going on within my borders. And so Topsoil is my home system. We kind of went with all things sort of terminology based around farming and barns and things like that. And so things you may find around a barn, we're going to try to name our planets and leaders, things like that. And so Topsoil here, this is where we started. And as you can see, we've expanded out a little bit. Now, here is the only way, this system and this back way over here are the only way that Tim Curry Space Exodus could travel beyond our borders. We have a little area up here that we are starting to survey, as well as down here as well. And we're playing on a 3-armed spiraled small galaxy. And so this is the first empire that we made first contact with, but it's not the first empire that we discovered. And so we have 2 fallen empires here. I just sort of found out who they were, or better yet, I think they found out who I was, and then we just had contact there. But when it comes to an actual first contact situation, Tim Curry Space Exodus, they're the first ones we have found. And so just to look at these guys one last time, they're erudite explorers, and their ethics are egalitarian and fanatic materialist. And so, yeah, we're trying to increase our relationship with them. They're trying to decrease it. Why would they do that? I don't know. But yeah, what I'm doing right now on my borders as well is, you'll see here that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 star bases that I've begun to upgrade. Well, this one I'm pretty sure is not upgraded yet. But I have 4 out of 4 bases. Actually, here it is. Here's my 4th one here. And these are all set currently in choke point systems. That way, let's say Tim Curry Space Exodus decides they want to attack us. I would not recommend that. Now, what I've already done with these bases as well is I've went ahead and I've made hydroponic bays on these. And so again, we are playing to really maximize on food. I want to try to get as much food as I can to convert into alloys. That is going to be where the gold comes from, or in this case, the alloys comes from. And so for my modules here, we're going to go with anchorages. I'm going to start adding anchorages to increase my naval cap. We'll do these on a couple of these. It looks like that's all I can build for now. And that way we can start building more ships. That way, like I said before, I'd rather be prepared than having to get ready just in case, you know, Tim Curry Space Exodus is feeling a little trigger happy. Again, they are currently trying to harm our relationship while I'm trying to increase it. But they have good reason to feel that way because I've currently just cut them off. Now I'm keeping my borders open. But one thing with the AI and Stellaris is that if I have my borders open to them, and I did what I just did right here where I cut them off, they can still travel one system past my border and they can still expand. So you see this science ship right here? Let's say that, you know, let me go ahead and, that's actually bad. If I see a construction ship travel through my borders, I might close it to them. Hi, what did you think about the DLC trailer? I thought it was wonderful. Joe Kim, yeah, I thought it was really good. One of my favorite things about Stellaris trailers is when the trailer ends and they play the theme music. It gives me those chills every time. But yeah, have you heard about all the DLC announcements? We talked about it in yesterday's video live stream. But yeah. Atlas Galactic, is time to rise up and defeat the enemy space pirates. Oh, it's on. It is on. Atlas Galacticus, guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. And anybody that's watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you see anything that you can recommend or give me tips and tricks, anything that I might be doing wrong, as always, feel free to critique my gameplay. Sometimes I overlook things, and yeah, I'm open to constructive criticism. And so outside of that, yeah, we're just having some fun here with our Farmers Market of the Galaxy. We've just made contact with Tim Curry Space Exodus. And so this is a custom-made empire. We've already looked at their specs for their empire. And we're going to go ahead and start moving on to future plans here. And so right now, we just cut them off. I see that they're getting ready to expand here in this Perseus system, which, I hate to see it go. But there it is. That system had a lot of minerals in it. 10 minerals, 3 energy credits, 2 society research points. Fortunately for us, we managed to take this here, and we're going to try and get to this system next. And so one thing with these guys, the Tim Curry Space Exodus Empire did just close their borders off to me. So that caused 2 of my science ships to go MIA for a bit. I got about 8 more ships I can go ahead and build. I said I wasn't going to do it. We're going to do it anyway. I'm going to go to my fleet manager, or not my fleet manager, but my ship designer here. And here's my original Corvette. From what we have here, it has small mass drivers. These are kinetic weapons that do shield damage and armor damage. And we have nuclear missiles. This has a 100% shield penetration modifier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a new design, or better yet, I'm going to deselect auto generate design. And we're gonna go to not autocomplete, but actually from here, I can just make my own design. So we're gonna switch some things up with my ship here. And guys, we're playing with the plantoid ship design. You know, if you got farmers, they like their food. We're gonna base our ships off of a plant, because that's what they're spending most of their time doing. They're planting. And so for our new design here, let's add lasers to this bad boy. And that's it, just all lasers. Or better yet, I wonder if I go with a picket ship. I think I already have one. Isn't that the first one? Oh, this has point defense. And so let's go with flak battery. Let's try this out. And then we'll add 2 small lasers. 2 red lasers. 2 red small lasers. And then once I finish with that, I autocomplete this. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. We got I'm going to keep the same name. I'm just going to add lasers to the end of it. Missiles are really good this patch. Copy that. Yeah, we do have missiles on my other ship type. Also, welcome to the stream, James Dorothy. Atlas, I'm doing good. I didn't eat spaghetti today because the stove and oven isn't working apparently. And I think it's tell my group home starts that it's time to get a new one. Yeah, well, best of luck with that. What kind of spaghetti do you like to eat? I feel like I haven't had spaghetti in a long time. But yeah, James, welcome, guys. We have our ship here. It's wonderful. We're gonna save this. And then we're gonna start building a handful of these. And so I did just build a couple of anchorages. Now I have a little cushion room here. I can build 8 more ships. And we're going to do that now. And so heading back to my shipyard, here we'll go. You'll see here that I now have 2 different options for Corvettes. And this one is the one that has the lasers on it. So I named it the same name as my regular ship, just added lasers on the back of that. And so, sorry, but no worries. We all make mistakes. My autocorrect, sometimes it just makes my, whatever I'm typing make no sense at all. And so guys, let's go ahead and start building some more of these laser class. I don't want to go over my naval cap right now, but 1, 2, 3, oh wait. Got 6 ships. We'll add 2 more of these. And there we go. We're going to start splitting up our fleets and having different types of Corvettes roaming about. Now, we're going back to our traditions here. I got another tradition point. You'll see here that I started with adaptability. I split over to domination, and we're going to put another point into this domination tree. I want to go with the workplace motivators. We talked about this a little bit earlier. This gives me the extra 5% for my worker pop resource output. Now, I don't have any enslaved species in my empire yet, but if I do, sure, we'll have another bonus there for that. And so we'll hit yes and bingo. Now let's keep an eye on the food. And I believe the energy credits. We'll see what those jump up to. And so right now my food is at 89. My energy is at 33. And we have about a month to go. We'll see what happens. An in-game month. But yeah. And again, guys, yeah, we got Tim Curry Space Exodus right here. Boom. Food went up to 94. Energy credits didn't jump up too high, but yeah, it's the small things in the early game that help out a lot. Extend Shift's Edict. Sounds like a good idea. Yo, how did you see this? There it is. Extended shifts. We must ask our workers to toil harder. Some blood, sweat, and tears may be necessary for the greater good. And so right now I had information quarantine, which I was using to help maybe increase my food output. But here we have extended shifts. We're gonna go for it. It is gonna put me over my edict capacity. And we'll see how much this impacts my food here, but extended shifts, we'll try this out. I'm curious. Oh, so that actually makes my food go down a little bit. I think it just made all my resources go down. No, I gotta go for information quarantine right now because that stability, I feel like it's helping me out a little bit better than I think I need more workers in order to get a better impact of that. And so maybe we'll activate that a little bit later on, but right now I want to keep the information quarantine. Keep that stability high. A lot of my worlds have high stability. And see, this says here that effects from high stability increases resources from jobs by 15.6%. And so if my pops are not happy, no bueno. We want happy farmers right now. And so I think the next month has already went by. We'll see if that changes. I think that might have been just my pops either growing or... I'm not sure, but no worries. We're going to go ahead and... There was something I was going to do next. Oh yeah, we're going to go to our star bases here. And I'm going to add a few more anchorages. The more ships, the better we can have. There we go. And so we got the rest of the anchorages that we can possibly build right now. And with Tim Curry Space Exodus here, I want to go to our contacts tab. And again, they are still, their opinion is not looking too solid, but it's starting to go up a little bit. So I wonder if our increased naval capacity and our fleets are starting to kind of sway them. Oh, and they're already at war with another empire. Okay. So I feel like now would be the perfect time to use some espionage or try to get some more intel on this empire. Actually, I have an envoy available, and so let's do that. Heading over here to the espionage tab, we have a spy network. We're going to go ahead and establish that here with this envoy right above me, Mr. Vimus Nick. We're going to accept that, and right now we're going to have to build some infiltration before we can begin doing any operations here. And so the way this works is you assign your envoy to espionage on a planet. They begin building infiltration. That infiltration, the score will go up. And so the more you just kind of leave them idle, building a spy network, they'll build these infiltration levels. And then this shows you how much infiltration you need in order to start a operation. And so the main operation I want to go for right now is just gathering some intel on these guys. And so, yeah, once we get 10 intel, we'll come back to this spy network and we'll see if we can get some intel about their relative power. Now, I like to keep my eye on relative power when it comes to my neighbors, because sometimes if you find a weaker empire, you have a chance to maybe vassalize them. Or if there's an empire that's feeling really aggressive, sometimes I'll cower and go find another empire and become their subject, and then just take all their resources. And so lots of different ways you can play around other empires, espionage, diplomacy, and things like that. And so let's keep our game going. We still are missing our 2 science ships. My scientist here is currently trapped, but we do have an anomaly that we can begin researching. And so we're going to have our scientist, Mr. Ganak Toros, begin a challenging situation here, or an anomaly. This is the Tomb World anomaly. And so it says here that usual readings suggest there may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. And so my favorite kind of spaghetti is ragatoni pasta or spiral pasta with red sauce or meat sauce. Nice. That sounds scrumdiddlyunctious. And talking about spaghetti now is starting to make me a little hungry. But yeah, good luck with that whole situation there. Let's see here. Next up, let's make sure Planet Barn still got a lot of jobs.
Resources analyzed.
All right. So we got to figure out what we are going to do next. I don't want to keep my economy kind of stagnant. I feel like it's just not really moving right now. What could we do to change that? And so again, we still have these colonists here. I wonder if I could just decrease this. There we go. All right, so we're gonna get those colonists off these jobs for now, and maybe I'll make farming a favorite job. Oh, they're specialists. And so the way this works is if you have a pop that is currently working a either ruler or specialist job, they go unemployed. There will be an amount of time where it takes for them to downgrade their job category. And so in this case here, we had 2 colonists that we were like, yo, go get a job. The colonist thing is all over now. We're trying to start a civilization. And so what they'll do is they'll remain in this category until another job is made, or if enough time goes by, they will eventually move on to another job. And so speaking of specialist jobs, I'm going to scope around here, and you know what? We haven't built a research lab. I got enough consumer goods right now. Let's get one of those up. So research is going to be really nice. I haven't really added any sort of research buildings yet. And so genome mapping is going to be our next tech, increasing that pop growth speed. And next up, let's go for the gene clinics. This will turn my consumer goods into amenities, pop growth speed, organic pop assembly speed, and increase planet habitability. On top of that, planet farmers only. Yeah, so it said here up in the top right that we have some unemployed pops. Those are those specialists that are not working jobs anymore, but like I said before, they'll eventually fill in that role. And let's go ahead and add one of those. Oh wait, I don't have the gene clinic yet. We have to research it, but as soon as we do, I'll add that, and those jobs probably will fill up. They'll probably fill up once we get this research lab up. All right, so let's find our construction ships here. I'm trying to keep this one here for a little bit so that once we get a science ship down here, we can begin surveying that system in that area. Now over here, we have a couple of projects here, but I'm really hoping that this system leads into a dead end so that we can claim all of these stars up here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna survey this area first. Over here, I'm going to imagine this leads to a dead end. I may be right, I may be wrong, I'm not sure. We'll find out, but yeah, this area leads to a dead end. That'll be wonderful because we can come back to those later on. My expansion plan here is to either go in this direction and work our way here to maybe get this choke point. That way, if we get this, we'll be able to secure everything around here. If that doesn't work out, we're gonna look at what's down here as well. But yeah. I usually try to get 400 to 500 research by year 30. More science? Wow. That's pretty high. You know what? You've inspired me. Let's get another research lab up. On Planet Barn, I'm just going to go ahead and add another city district here so that we can open up a building slot. We'll get 2 research labs on the way, and we'll see where our tech climbs to next. For physics technology, we got some options here. We have quantum theory, or I think I'm looking into specialized combat computers. This says here that recent progress in AI behavioral theory allows us to designate specific combat roles to our shipboard computers.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yo, Simon TV, welcome to our raid, welcome to our stream. Everyone from Simon TV's community, welcome. I'm Off Delete. I play a lot of Stellaris. Right now we are streaming and I can't even talk right now. Holy moly, that is a huge raid. Guys, welcome. Jonesy, thank you for the follow. Wow. Hang out for a bit. I'm going to knight you in a moment. Everyone from Simon TV's community, how was the stream? Holy moly. Hello everyone. The chat just exploded right there, so just hello everybody, welcome. We're in the middle of our Galactic Farmers of the Galaxy here, and we got a new follower. We got to go ahead and get united in here. Oh, not the alert again.
What is your profession?
It don't matter. Hearing it twice, it's still just as good. Jonesy96, I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to our Stellaris stream. Guys, I like to go in depth with these runs. You can find more details out about this stream here. I like to add a little storytelling on that link there, and so if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. Everyone that's just joining, again, I'm playing with a agricultural sort of challenging run here where I'm trying to let food lead my economy into greatness. And so let me select this technology here, and we're going to take a look at our empire. And so here it is, the Galactic Farmers Market. Everything that's in this sort of green area here, this is my empire. We are for our ethics, we're playing with a fanatic authoritarian and materialist empire. For my civics, we're going with catalytic processing to convert all that food into alloys, and we're going with functional architecture just to add us another building slot. Now you can hit !Discord if you, or not !Discord, !Empire if you want to see more details about my empire. But welcome everyone, and if I miss your message here, wow, the chat just exploded. But thank you so much again, Simon TV, for the raid, and whew. Zeb, welcome, Terrible Hamster, everyone, geez Louise. There was a lot of battles. Ooh. Semi-organic ships. Yes, we're playing with plantoid ship designs here. We started with the Prosperous Unification Origin, and that gives us 4 extra pops. But yeah, guys, welcome, and thank you so much for stopping by. This is now a huge hump day stream. But yeah. Here, give me a second. I'm actually going to go through and read a few comments here before we continue. Jeez Louise. Let's see here. Grand Admiral Aaron, welcome. I did not come from the raid for your information. Oh, well, no worries. Welcome to the stream, regardless if you came from the raid or not. You are welcome. Welcome, everyone. How have I been? I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing pretty solid. Sharker 4290, let's go. Yes. You guys came in here with some straight fire, and I love it. So thank you so much, guys, for coming in again. Woo-wee. Yo, per mustache, I like your name. Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? Hello. And so yeah, guys, let's go ahead. Try to catch up. Holy moly. Yo, Fox Crimson, what's going on? We just got a huge Simon's TV raid. Guys, we're gonna go back to our game here now. And I went off screen here. Where is my galaxy? There it is. All right, so yeah, the Galactic Farmers Market. This is a agricultural-led empire. We were trying to see if we can let food lead the way. We have the Tim Curry Space Exodus Empire here that we are trying to diplomatically work our way around. Simon TV told us to give you love regardless if you want it or not. So take some love. Yo, I'll take it all. Thank you so much. Here is a virtual hug right back at you. Mana, thank you for stopping by today. Welcome. How you doing? So we have another encounter. We had our first contact situation go down. Tim Curry Space Exodus. Oh my goodness, I'm dying. That's great. Yes, we have custom-made empires in here, and Tim Curry Space Exodus is the first one that we encountered. And so there's a couple of more. I think we started with a total of 10 empires in this galaxy, and we've only found one. Now, one of my planets, holy moly, what is going on? Planet Farmers Only has low stability. And I think I know why. It's because we have these unemployed pops that would rather be colonists, but I shut down the colonist jobs. I told them they had to be productive, and they're like, no, we want to stay in our camps and just live with Mother Nature. And we're just like, no, you have to get to work. And so right now we are building a research lab. This should solve that issue for now, but I did not realize that just having these two unemployed pops would cause so much stability issues. James Dorothy, am I the same guy that did timelines with Montu once? Yes, I've actually been a part of two of the, I think I was in like 2 timelines episodes for the first season and the second season. And so I just kind of subbed in for another empire. But yeah, I was a part of that. But yeah, right on for noticing that. I appreciate that. Zeb, keep that beautiful voice hydrated. Yo, I appreciate that. Thank you. You're making me blush a little bit. That's quite refreshing there. All right, and so yeah, over time though, this should get solved here. We got about 90 days, 3 months ago, and we'll come back to this planet and see if that stability issue is solved. Now, I had an edict active. The information quarantine. What's up with this? Doing me no dirtis or no justice here. Pronounced Dorty. Oh, got you. Dorty. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, I appreciate the subscription. Right on. On YouTube, I'm still trying to get familiar with live streaming. I mean, hell, even just trying to create content on that platform. And so work with me as I iron out the details. But so far, I feel like I got a pretty solid community of guys surrounded by me. We're also streaming on Twitch too. And so when I share these links, I'll probably be upgrading or updating the VODs on YouTube as well. And I'll be sure to leave all the links that you can follow me on my other socials. Remember to headbutt that follow button so that you can follow all of Alfie Yang streams. Terrible Hamster, thank you for the call to action. I appreciate that. Sometimes I forget to do it myself. Guys, we have some battle debris. So we found a system, and it says that a colossal space battle occurred in high orbit of this system some 600,000 years ago, with ships from at least 5 different fleets participating. Now, one of the fleets belonged to the Cybrex, although the vast majority of orbital debris seems to come from the other participants. Remarkable. Wonderful. And so yeah, here we also have a mineral cluster, and as I've been doing before, we're leaving all of those behind. I have scientists that are within my borders right now. Those scientists we will have begin researching projects. And so we're going to be starting, yes, with that battle debris first. We're going to research this. We'll see what happens with that in 180 days. Now, for my other scientists, I actually have 2 scientists in this one system. We'll have our second scientist move up, and we'll go ahead and start. There's a dig site here. Actually, there's a precursor. And so we'll get to work starting on that precursor event. I swear he was going to say a community of good goobers, and I wasn't against it. Yeah, as always. I look, I take pride in my crew of people. We all were molded together by some stellaris, and actually, no, I think we're molded together by good times. And stellaris is kind of that glue for my community. And so, yeah, again, if you guys want to join the Discord, that will be open to everyone. We talk about primarily stellaris, but other games as well, and movies and all kinds of jazz like that. And so Yeah, if you're interested in a chill community, there's the link for you there. Okay. Standardized Corvette patterns is the next technology that we've completed. And for engineering tech here, we're going to go for that geothermal fracking. Some of the other resources I've slightly been neglecting, but I mean, look how much food I have right now. I know it is used primarily for upkeep, and so we will be selling some of the bulk of it. Let's go to my alloys here, and I'm going to buy a handful of these. Just maybe like, oh wait, I sold them. Son of a gun, I hate when I do that. I do that all the time. I'll mean to buy it, and I'm just going like clicking on sell. All right, so let's buy some of those back, and I can actually sell some of the food I have. There's going to be another way to do this as well that's maybe more effective. We're going to try to add a monthly trade here. And so let's start selling some of the food. So I'm going to sell about 70, you know what, let's even sell about 80 food. That's going to leave us with about 11 food income per month. And after that, we're going to look at this weapons testing situation. It seems that the apocalypse has come to a planet many times over. Surface scans reveal that the planet has been scorched, bombarded, seared, and peppered in what is surely some of the most extensive weapon testing we have yet to encounter. Now, through countless attempts have been made to obliterate the planet entirely, it appears that aliens had not yet developed the technology for it. And my science officer, Ganak, has collected some assortment of broken weapon remains in the hopes of recreating their designs. And so we're going to try to analyze these samples here, and this is going to begin the special project Alien Weapons. For some reason, that reminds me of XCOM, when you find alien weapons. And that is here, we're going to have, yep, Ganak begin that situation, and there's not going to be many projects that he can work on yet. Now, guys, yes, if you're just joining from Simon TV's community, or if you're watching the VOD here, this is our next mass extinction situation. And this is a frozen planet. This is like out of all mass extinctions, this one, actually all mass extinctions sound terrible, but Swift Lightning, what's going on? We're going to look at this frozen mass extinction. Holy moly. Oh, okay, yeah, so the alien thing came up here again, but we're going to look at that in a moment. Mass extinctions. An unnatural shift in the atmosphere's chemical makeup resulted in this slow but irreversible onset on an ice age. One that began before the formation of the Galactic Farmers Market and is likely to persist long after our passing. Now, the exact cause remains unknown, but probable explanations include failed terraforming attempts or even intraplanetary terrorism. Now, some of the more radical elements within the specific community on planet Barn suggest that the dramatic climate shift may have been brought by the unchecked emission and gaseous industrial byproduct into the atmosphere. Now, this view can be confined to the scientific fringe, and it is unlikely that any race intelligent enough to achieve full industrialization would be stupid enough to accidentally wipe themselves out. Who does that sound like, guys? So that's a frozen planet, and then back with our alien weapons here, it says that we have alien lasers. There you go, Terrible Hamster. And so we have learned much from analyzing the remains of the weapons found on the planet we were researching the alien weapons from. The recovered fragments were from a mounted direct energy weapon system that emits a highly focused energy ray that can be used with great results in space warfare. Now, one of my science officers recommend that we use our finds either by developing armor to counter the lasers or by recreating weapons ourselves. So I'm going to have to give you something and you try to figure out how I did it. Okay. So yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and use the alien weapons against them. And this is going to give me the research option blue lasers. Cool stuff. And so we'll research that once we get a chance to. Let's go to our scientist again and see what is going on here. We have Mr. Junak, and we're going to have him begin researching the anomaly. 2 mega shipyards, no mods. One of the shipyards was destroyed. You repaired it. And the other shipyard you created from scratch. Am I right? Or you might have conquered another empire that already had a megastructure, and you took the system that they had that megastructure in. No? You conquer. Okay, yeah. I was like, yeah, you conquer. I was like, what other way? Unless you conquered them and you took it. Yeah. Well, yo, Zorak, welcome to the stream. It sounds like conquering is going pretty well in your game. And that's always fun when you conquer a system that has a megastructure in it. That's always very nice to have. Right now, we are playing with a agricultural kind of build here. We have catalytic processing, and we're trying to. Oh wow, I'm actually using up all of my food right now, and so let's slow down with selling all our food here. We're just have like a handful that we're bringing in per month. I don't know if I prefer having just 0 food per month right now.
Special inquiry concluded.
Jeez Louise, Midgame Crisis that's been around for 300 years? That's craziness. What's also crazy is us finishing a archaeological project here. And so after analyzing the debris left behind from this ancient battle that we talked about earlier in the stream, we have learned that 4 alien empires contemporary with the Cybrex pooled their forces together in a desperate attempt to halt the advancing fleets of the machine consciousness. Judging by the small amounts of Cybrex debris that was produced by the battle, they were not successful. So oh yeah, an interesting find. What do I think of the new DLC? I think it's going to be hot fire, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. There's the council, there's leaders, there's civics, there's all kinds of jazz, and I'm looking forward to it. What do you think, Swift Lightning? And yeah, if you guys are watching the video yesterday, I actually dropped a video on YouTube talking about and going through the dev diary of the Galactic Paragons. How do you usually win your Stellaris playthroughs? Karnax, that's funny. Here's the thing. I don't. I lose a lot of my Stellaris games, but lately, though, I will say I won a game earlier this year. I won it mostly through diplomacy. I usually win it by becoming a vassal and milking my overlord for all their resources. And then once I'm strong enough to become an independent empire, I break away from them, or I just try to I make sure that we win all our wars, and then I'll defeat my overlord. Console life means a little extra waiting, but I love it. Yeah, I used to play Stellaris on console. I know how it feels. I'm on PC now, but I started on console. Yes, I Overlord milk. How do you win if only you knew? I think I've only won a handful of games. And one thing too, I'm playing on Admiral, which is not at the hardest difficulty, but I still get my butt kicked in Admiral, and so I'm not ashamed to say I cannot play on Grand Admiral yet. I have before, and I've survived, but I have not won a game on Grand Admiral. I've pacified their worlds and habitats using a Colossus. Nice. Guys, we got this space debris situation here, and now we have uncovered 1 Cybrex artifact. We've also acquired some engineering research points. Cuckoo. And we have lots of scientists to move around, and so unfortunately I do not have any cloaking technology yet, although that would be very useful here. And Karnix, if you're still around at the end of the stream, once my stream is finished, I will be knighting everyone. I try not to. Sometimes I get a lot of follows in my streams here, and I'll have to keep knighting people back to back, and it can get in the way of the story. And so yes, hang out if you want to after the stream. I will be knighting everyone that follows from here on to the end. But yes, the Cybrex, we got an artifact here, and also yes, thank you Karnix for the follow as well. So here, let's get our science ships moving around. I got the game paused. Let's get these guys some anomalies to research. There's going to be anomalies all over the place. Wonder how a Stellaris Civ only made up of Alpha Yang clones would fare. I don't know. But having a Stellaris game with all of the same empires, that could be crazy. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna automatically survey. Okay, so he can't. No, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to have them return, and since there's this hostile fleet blocking them in, they're gonna have to go missing in action for a little bit. What's going on, Caliphate? I don't know what that means, Caliphate. James, me too, dude. Paragons looks awesome. I agree. Galactic Paragons look super awesome. I like the Colossus now. I do too. I'm gonna drink some awa awa. All right, so guys, our science ship will go missing for a bit, but I'd rather do that than risk being destroyed. Leaders are very important in the early game. They are not cheap either. They cost that good influence or that unity. I use the shield one to, I have never used the shield to like close in a species, but that would be horrifying. That'd be absolutely horrifying. Let's get our other scientists here and let's start on, oh, we got an excavation site here we'll be looking into. This is the Anyone Home dig site. Yo, Sofa King, be sure to build a stronghold ASAP. Copy that. Speaking of ships and things like that as well, we need to get some more fleets in here. Oh, and okay, I don't know what that is. But yeah, Sofa King, welcome to the stream. Guys, we got a lot of folks here. Everyone, if you're here, welcome. We're streaming this on Twitch and YouTube. And so I may be chatting with people that you might not see on one platform or the other. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, whether you're watching this on the VOD or in the live stream here. Okay, so there we go. We got the jobs filled up here from that research lab. And next up, I'm just gonna add a I need a building that produces amenities, and I know just the perfect building for it that I don't have yet. Let's go to our technology. I want to see when we unlock this next tech here. Gene clinics, we have 27 months. So we got to wait before we can build that. For now, I'm just going to, I think I can work around the amenities. Let's distribute some luxury goods. This is just putting a band-aid wound on a much bigger problem here. And next up, let's look for, you know what, a stronghold sounds wonderful. Sure. This will increase naval cap and add defensive armies to my planets. I'm going to add one to this planet here, farmers only, as well as my home world. Once this city district is finished, it'll open up a building slot, and we'll add it a little bit later on. Cool. And so yeah, we're gonna go back to our shipyard here as well. I've went through my ship designer, and we have two different types of Corvettes. We have our regular design, and then I have one that has point defense and lasers on the other. And we're gonna add about 10 more ships here, and we'll see where we get to once those finish being made. And it looks like there is another empire down here. And so let me see here. I'm gonna check and see the system right next to my border. Oh, there is no base in this area yet. And so this area is still up for grabs. Just don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get around to it. And so instead I'm going to start expanding up here. There are plenty of systems up here. I do not see any signs of any other species out here as well. And so I think expanding in this direction would be a better option than down here. Like I said, we do have a first contact situation going on there. And so my best bet is that there is probably an enclave or some kind of intelligent life somewhere nearby in this area. Now, right now, the only empires we have discovered are two fallen empires. One's up here, the other right next to my noggin here. And then this is Tim Curry Space Exodus that is right next to my borders. They're belligerent, but I think we're doing okay relationship-wise. Yeah. We're starting to increase opinions right now. And so we also have a network spy. Cuckoo. And they are no longer trying to decrease opinions with us. Wonderful. So I think now we're getting a little bit closer to, once their opinion's a little bit higher up, we'll be able to establish an embassy with them, and we'll get to work on that right away. But other than that, the other fallen empire, the Keepers of Knowledge, they're the activist. They're the ones all the way over here. So we actually have pretty solid opinions with them. But other than that, everything else is looking pretty good. We got our resources are looking pretty solid. The tech could go up just a tad bit higher.
Anomalous readings detected.
And we are finding just a ton of situations and projects for my science ships that are still surveying the galaxy. We're gonna have them keep doing that. I don't want them to research projects for now. So like this ship out here, explore these systems, find things out there that we can utilize later on in the game. I have like 3 other, maybe 4 other science ships that are inside of my borders right now, working from my home world and expanding outward, going out in this direction. Same the opposite way down here in this area as well. We're just trying to research projects as we go, and we're knocking them out. And so let's move up through here, and we're gonna research this surface writings anomaly. So this is the one where we looked at a planet and we're trying to figure out, it looks like somebody was like leaving messages on a world. We want to know who's leaving these messages, what the messages even say. It looks like someone just kind of like walked through an area and left like an SOS or some sort of something like that. And so we're going to figure that out here in a moment. In the meantime, though, I'm going to start withdrawing my Corvettes from this area. There's one more system here that is bordering a fallen empire. We already have a few that border their empire, so they haven't responded negatively in that kind of way yet. We're going to test our limits here. If they tell us to take down a starbase, sure, we'll do it for now. Another thing we're going to do right now as well is we're going to put another point into our traditions here. And so right now I'm kind of back and forthing between 2 traditions, adaptability and domination. And I think I might go for colonial viceroys. This says here that our control over the colonies is dependent upon us finding capable and loyal individuals that can be trusted to enforce the will of the government. Now, another reason I want to go for this one is that it increases our monthly influence by 0.5. So the more influence you have, the more systems you can expand to. And that is exactly what I want to do right now. And so we'll be doing more of that here and in this direction. And we'll be one step closer to completing our first tradition. I'm just going to probably finish that domination tree as well. Carnex, are you playing with all DLC? I sure am. And so in this run right now, we are playing with no mods, all DLC. Every single DLC that is released up to this date is active in this game right now. You would have done expansion. So Zurak, when I play my games here, like after I like usually I'll go either discovery or expansion. Sometimes I'll just completely flip the script and I'll just go with something completely off meta, supposing. Sorry, I had something on my screen here I want to get off. But yeah, sometimes I'll just try something out, even if it doesn't work. Like sometimes if I just want to be like a spying kind of empire, there's a chance I might start with intrigue and just see what happens if I do that. Or is it a bad idea? Absolutely. Yeah, there's plenty of more effective ways to play the game. But the way I play, I just kind of experiment. I make just on the fly decisions and we see what happens.
Anomalous readings.
Also, the chat does have some sway so in the game, but yeah. We also have a Discord. You can make your own empires and add them into my runs. Some runs though, I will turn off all custom empires. Others, I add them. This is one of the runs where I do add all of my community's empires to it. Is the point of Stellaris to win or be efficient? Thorn, the way I answer that question is to enjoy the ride and have fun. Because, I mean, winning, if it happens, cool. Being efficient, sure. But I like to role play it. Whatever happens, if I make a mistake, that's all a part of the game for me. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Swift lightning. The point of your empire's goal, I would say, is dependent on your empire and goals. And so, yeah, it's really more of like where you want to set the measuring tape. If you want to, win a game, yeah, sure, that can be your goal. That used to be my goal when I first started playing Stellaris. That I was just like, win the game, win the game, win the game. But after a while, every game that I played, I found that I enjoyed the situations that happened in the game much more. And so, for instance, like if a crisis comes and just completely flips the table on everyone, cool, I'll lose that game, but that was a lot of fun because everybody lost. Or just watching things just go from, okay, I'm kind of controlling things to just, all right, this is out of control now. This is out of my control. This is out of everybody's control. Things like that are why I like just Paradox games in general. Winning for me is just to have fun. Yeah. And yeah, some people prefer playing an efficient style. Some people only play like a meta style. Some people play multiplayer games. I prefer playing single player games and just kind of having fun with my playthroughs and really going into the decisions that I make and making stories out of it. Although you do want to be able to turn back the crisis sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes the crisis gets completely annihilated in my games. But if they win, cool. That's the way the cookie crumbles that's pretty much the gist of it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Sorry for the rant there. Let's go back to this signs of battle. I feel like I just had the situation here. Let's leave it be for now. Let's go to my shipyards here. And once again, guys, you know what? Let's try out the fleet manager. And so here is my other fleets up top. This shows you what fleet you currently have. And so you can also see it right here as well. But if you see my cursor right here, this shows that one of my fleets has 20 ships. The other has 17 out of 20. And so what I'm gonna do here is that all of these are here. Another thing too is it shows you also what types of ships you have. And so I've still been trying to figure out fleet managing and becoming a little bit more effective with my ships. After this stream on Twitch, guys, I'm also, again, streaming this on YouTube. And so this stream will be on there. If you have any tips and tricks, I have people that have told me so much about managing your ships. Feel free to leave a comment there if you want to. Your pacifist empire tried to bring forth peace. Now almost the entire map is at war. It's things like that in Stellaris that I like. So yes, that is true too, Thorn. There is like a medium ground that I like to have for difficulty. If I'm completely just annihilating everyone in a game, yeah, I'm not feeling that. But if it's at that equal level where it's like all things are like balanced, I like to have like 2 fallen empires, actually 3 fallen empires, 1 advanced AI, marauders, and then all 3 crises in my game. Just at the end game, it's just pure chaos. Yeah, sometimes I'll be at work, Swift Lightning, and something will happen and I'll be like, anomaly detected. And nobody like ever knows what that means. Guys, back to fleet manager here. So our forward defense fleet is going to, can I rename these? Oh my goodness, I can. Let's add lasers in this. That way I can know the difference. And so here is my, all the laser Corvettes that I built with point defense. You can add them there and then reinforce all. And so now I have 20 out of 20 ships. And then after that, we're gonna look at our fleet manager again here once those ships are made. And then we'll use some more alloys to easily organize the type of ships you wanna have in your fleet. And so again here, if we go back to that one more time, you have the 2 fleets that you have. This is like their total ships. When you click on them, it shows what types of ships you have there. And you can add them if you want to add a different ship design. Say, for instance, this is the auto ships that I have. You can add the ship design there. Guys, let me switch my music here. There we go. Cool. And so that alien riding situation we had before, it says someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of the planet that we're surveying. Now, the massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere and portions to, and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of alien mercenaries. Fascinating. And so that's going to add some more society in this system, and this is where that natural wormhole is located. And so this is going to be an important system a little bit later on in the game. Alien writing your mom. Also, on top of that, we have found another primitive civilization. And so lots of those have been discovered in this game so far. Yo, Volative Train, welcome to the stream. We are getting ready to unlock another engineering technology here. And would you guys agree that carrier operations is a good technology to go with in the early game? I feel like this unlocks the component basic strike craft, which is pretty handy for protecting your bases, and once you are able to build them on ships, also could be nice. I'm gonna go with that just in case. We already have a benevolent empire right next to me, the Tim Curry Space Exodus. Speaking of this empire, let's go back. We had a spy network that we made with these guys. And on top of that, our relationship is back in the positives now, only by 1, but it was at -20 at one point. We're gonna go to espionage here, and here it is. So I was mentioning earlier that you have to build up infiltration, and now it's at 24. And so what that means is I use infiltration kind of like a currency when it comes to espionage, and I'm gonna use 10 of that infiltration to now gather some information from Tim Curry's Space Exodus. Now, this is going to show me something like their relative power, whether it be in science, whether it be in military, or what is the other relative power category? Let's look at that. We can't see right now. Oh, economy. There we go. And so those are the 3 categories: military, economy, and now I forgot the other one. But yeah, there's 3 of those. It'll show you what you scale to other empires, and I want to see what it looks like for Tim Curry's Space Exodus. Now, my fleets are almost finished. I got 1 more ship on the way. I like what we got. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And so back on Planet Barn here, I still don't have those cloning centers.
Construction complete.
Let's see here. The gene clinics. That's what I meant. So we got 5 more months ago. In due time, that'll be there, and we can increase our pop growth. Just I need more pops faster. Here on Planet Barn, we have a slight crime situation going on, and this is happening for my pops. And so let's go ahead and make the decision here to launch a anti-crime campaign. Okay, I had to check my holdings just in case there was a criminal megacorp out there. And let's add a precinct house. This way we can decrease crime and spawn defensive armies. Another thing we need to do as well is get one of those strongholds going. But yeah, trying to go with this catalytic processing is proving to be a little bit of a challenge right now. With these amenity problems we're having, we need to get this squared away. Both of my worlds have some lower amenities, and this is actually on my home planet. I can't believe it. All right, so we're gonna have to colonize some new planets or something, because yeah, these 2 planets are not very stable right now. And from surface here, the next habitable world is an ocean world all the way in this direction. And so let's get to work on our civilian ships here. Let's start working our way in this area. This area is now going to be a higher interest for us here. And so another thing too is we're gonna need to get some technologies that lead to terraforming. That will be required. And here we've expanded our borders again next to a fallen empire. Lots of resources in this system. We'll go ahead and take advantage of that. And let's look at, there it is. We now have the gene clinic building. And so for society technology, I might be wrong on this, but I always felt like tile blocking technology, does this lead to terraforming technology? Because I always felt like if it's like modifying a planet, it also has new worlds. Does that lead to terraforming technology? Let's go with it. Selected defoliants will be my next tech. And for my civilian ships here, let's go ahead and expand our borders even further. We got about 156 influence, and so we'll probably be able to jump about two more systems and have those be under our control. I have 8,000 alloys right now. And so I'm going to buy a handful of those. I'm going to have to stop selling some of my food, just a handful. About 10 should do for now, but I'm going to have to figure out a way to stop my food leakage. Right now I am losing a lot of food. So on top of that, let's get these amenities on this world as well. And I still need to get the strongholds. Confidence waivers. So this is with the espionage operation going down with Tim Curry Space Exodus, and it says that some of our operatives have begun shying away from their assigned task. Now, citing a lack of confidence in their overall purpose, our spy master would typically handle such matters without bringing them to our attention. But even without them knowing any details, these operatives have seemed unusually well informed about our gathering information operation and perhaps the spy network as a whole. Okay, and so given that these auxiliaries are kept isolated from our more active and better informed agents, my envoy suspects that the operatives are being fed information from an outside source. So he's also concedes that they may simply be highly prospective individuals. Given these doubts and the threats posed by the operative gather information espionage operation, our spy master requests a directive on how to proceed. Now, we knew this was going to be a risky operation, but let's see where the insights may lead. And now my operatives have panicked. Unfortunate. And so the auxiliary operatives and the Tim Curry Space Exodus has reacted with horror upon learning the truth of their once intangible suspicions. My spy master revealed only a glimpse of the bigger picture to them, but it was sufficient to disrupt our supply lines. Our ability to subvert encryption is reduced for a time. Curses. And so this makes the operation difficulty increase by 2. No worries. And what is this? We have another special project, the Cybrex Refinery. And this is also right next to my home world. Jeez Louise, we got alerts going on everywhere. So, what is this? A singing planet. Sorry guys, we got back-to-back situations here. And so what we first assumed to be a deliberate attempt at communication has turned out to be an unusual but naturally occurring phenomena. The magnetic waves produced by the planet, giving proper handling and editing, may sound a bit like talking or even singing, but they are in no way created by a thinking being. Some of our scientists, however, find it quite catchy. In fact, be possible to make sure that this phenomena, possibly by hosting artists or VIPs at a station created solely to catch these signals and play them as relaxing music. Fascinating. So this adds 3 unity to the system that we can exploit. Nice. Nice. And so let's go back to our civilian ships here. I want to make sure that we are constantly researching projects as there are a ton of them. And guys, as the game goes on, I'm actually going to research this project. It'll only take me about 80 days. We may be skimming past some of these projects and mostly focusing on archaeological dig sites like this one right behind me, just so that we can move on through the game. Sometimes I feel like I spend a lot of time reading the projects here, but if you guys want me to, let me know and I'll keep going through. Some we may skim past. This one we will not. This is the Any One Home archaeological dig site, and I believe now we're on chapter 2, but it says our surface expedition has reported back some astounding findings. Now the planet has multiple major cities, all abandoned but in quite good shape considering their age. The infrastructure and urban planning of each city is remarkably structured and harmonious, indicating a highly cohesive civilization driven by centralized collective ideals. Now, perhaps even a greater gestalt conscious of some kind, based on the architecture and the interior fixtures, the species that built all this seems to have been small fungoids. Interesting. And they have a fairly low state of technological advancement. Where exactly they all went, well, remains unknown. Keep digging. And there it is. For my other science ship here, let's see. This is the Cybrex Refinery. So we're gonna get to work on that, guys. We have the Cybrex Precursor spawn 1 system away from my home world, and so where that'll end up, I'm not sure. But yeah, we got a head start on that. Let's go back to my fleet manager here. And now we have our 3rd fleet here. This one I'm going to go 50-50 on half lasers, half regular ship design. It's going to add about 5 of each different type of Corvette that I have right now. We're going to reinforce those, and once those finish, we'll slowly work our way up to building a fleet throughout this game. Now, here we have an alien specimen procurement. And so the director of the Museum of Xenobiology on my homeworld has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require a full resource of science ships for a lengthy period of time. And I say here, yes, we will gather these specimens, and that is going to begin a species or a chain. We got contacts established with our second empire that we've discovered in this game. On top of that, we've completed specialized combat computers. Let's see who this is, and this is another created empire that goes by the name of Boinkus. Here is Boinkus. We consider your species a grave menace to our kind. Farmers. Unless you can demonstrate that you are no threat to us, our past attacks will be just the start of hostilities between our civilization. Why are you like this? Why is this empire like this? Well, I can tell you why. They are a hegemonic imperialist empire. On top of that, they're fanatic xenophobes, and they're militarist. And so these guys are all about, they don't like other empires. And they seem to be quite aggressive here. I'm going to say, yo, cooperation will surely benefit us all. We have food. Let's work out an agreement. And I wonder if this is the empire that Tim Curry's Space Exodus was or still is at war with. All right, so let's select our next physics technology, and we're going to check out the Boinkus Empire. I could probably see myself going with blue lasers technology next. That way we can upgrade our ships here. Planet Barn, let's take a look. That stability has climbed back up. The precinct house is on the way, and so the crime should just completely be evaporated here. Crime's still here. Oh, we need the pops to work the job. So right now we only have one enforcer. We'll let that pop growth add into this planet. Here on Planet Farmers only, we have a holo theater and again another city district. So this world is going to take some time to get that stability up, but we'll get to work on that. And here we go. We have just gathered some information on Tim Curry's Space Exodus. This operation is complete. Let's take a look at what we gathered here. And so I'm going to click on their icon, and right now we still know very little about them when it comes to their relative power. You know what? We should be able to... Oh, we still can't form an embassy. Wow. These guys are very against forming an embassy, even though we have somewhat okay opinions. It's only at 6, but yeah, they're like, no, we're not doing it. Negative. So in that case, we're just going to have to figure it out on ourselves. Let's start another espionage operation here to gather even more intelligence from them. Now, I said, though, we're going to check out the Boinkus Empire. Oh, yep, and here they are. They're right below the Tim Curry Space Exodus. And yeah, they're a little bit further away from us, but I don't know if their borders are open to us. But we'll try to form a... There's your partner's empire. Yes, yes, there they are. The Boinkus, the Boinky Boinkies. But yeah, they're down here, and right away they sent us a insult saying not to mess with them. We told them, yo, be friends or get out of my face. But yeah, Defool, welcome to the stream. We are making contact with other empires. And yeah. So far, we have one that is pretty neutral with us right now. The other is full-blown aggressive towards us. And so, yeah, even more than now, it's a good idea to probably try and get a stronger fleet here. Right now, I've just been trying to juggle what I'm going to build. These agricultural districts, I feel like are challenging. A little challenging here. I'm probably going to have to build maybe a second city district or something because we only have 2 planets. All of the other planets nearby are not habitable.
Special inquiry concluded.
We have an archaeological project, and let's take a look at this. And so evidence has been found indicating the Cybrex We're mining helium-3 using their orbital complex to refine the gas before distributing it as fuel to their roving space fleets. Now, interestingly, the energy signature of the antimatter weapon that destroyed the facility is distinctly Cybrex in origin. Why would they destroy their own refinery? This is going to be an interesting find, and once again, we get an extra Cybrex artifact. Insult them back. We're trying to build or make friends in this run. If I can avoid any early game hostilities, I'll try to. Geez, look at all those projects in Tim Curry Space Exodus. All right, guys, so right now there's a couple of things we need. More energy credits, more minerals, consumer goods I can live without. We need a stronger fleet. We need more defenses. We need another star-based construction. But outside of that, this white line you are seeing, this is my my main sector. Passive aggressively insult them back. Look, if we can become, we'll pay them back with success. And I'll try to become the emperor. And so the structures on one of my worlds are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement parks of some sort. Now, my science officer notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builders, alien eye, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Now, regardless, to the yeehaws, that's my species names, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Intriguing. And so this is going to give me a bunch of tech points. And cool, let's keep it going. So yeah, guys, right now we're in the year 2221. We're going to go ahead and use my construction ships here. And this second one that I have that's all the way on the other side of the empire, I'm just going to have it go ahead and begin automatically constructing things. Now, this situation right here, I remember used to freak me out, but it makes me excited now. The thing is it freaks me out because I always forget what system it is in. So we have this situation here, 42 years and 3 days. A closer scan of the debris field in this system here, right above my noggin, right there. It has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an automatic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty to so low that it'll be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it is counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. The capsule holds no clues as to what this date signifies or who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of time. I'm going to say keep an eye on it, because sometimes the system will explode, other times no. Tim Curry, what is going on? So Tim Curry Space Exodus has declared us their rival, and now they're hostile towards us. What? You guys are hostile towards me and your fleet power is pathetic? What? Yo, the disrespect. You know what, guys? I think right now might be the time to stop the stream here. We're gonna leave this at a decision. So whenever I stream, as I've said probably about 4 times now in this stream, I stream on Twitch and YouTube. Guys, if you go to my YouTube channel, I'm going to have a poll. I'm going to have a poll up tonight. I will set it up right after this is finished, and you will be able to vote and sway this decision that I make in my game. And so here is what is happening. My empire, the Galactic Farmers Market right here, we have made first contact with Tim Curry Space Exodus, okay? And what is happening here is they declared us a rival. Now, I just checked their relative power, and right now, their military power is inferior to me. We'll check it again. Here it is. Tim Curry Space Exodus. It's not inferior, it's pathetic. Guys, I am laying this decision in your hands right now. Should we attack Tim Curry Space Exodus Or do we continue trying to improve relations with them? Everyone, Soul Blood and Carnix versus Games, thank you so much for the follow earlier, guys. I'm going to knight you in just a second. We're going to get ready to wrap the stream up. Everybody that hung out with me today, thank you. Thank you so much. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please feel free to leave a comment or even a like or subscribe. Yeah, I'm still a new creator. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out, but I'm very passionate and I love diving into the strategy and just pre-planning, after planning, talking about what happened and how my planning and stuff did not work, or maybe it did work. But I have Twitter, I have Discord, all of these channels. Check them out. We're gonna get some knights here for our last two followers, Soul Blood and Carnix versus Games. Guys, I now grant you both the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Guys, thank you so much for the follow. If you are watching this on any of my platforms, or just hanging out, or just chatting, or even just lurking, thank you so much. It is hump day. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, guys. And we will be back tomorrow with some more Farmers of the Galaxy. Guys, again, be sure to check out that YouTube channel so that you can vote and sway my game. Alpha out.